All right, welcome back to Brown Boss Podcast. Boy, oh boy, we are technically late, but it is Thursday. We pushed
Yep.
everything off because Diwali. We're Browns. We celebrate Diwali is New Year, and I got my best friend Kanil. How you doing,
Hell
brother?
yeah. Hell yeah. Happy Diwali, my man. Happy Diwali to everyone out there,
Happy
man.
Diwali.
Hell yeah.
And what better way to kick off Diwali? We have the NBA tip-off week. We have the Dodgers going to the World
Back to
Series,
back.
but we have the biggest scandal, biggest news that broke today morning around the NBA and the gambling investigations and the arrests that were made. Three big names in NBA were arrested. Hall of Famer potentially, Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, the active player Terry Rozier for the Miami Heat, and Damon Jones, assistant coach, were all arrested for pretty much two counts. One around gambling, a
Yeah.
poker game, whatever, and then the other one was around
Fixing
potentially
games.
fixing the games, right? So
Yeah.
like giving insider knowledge about player
Exactly.
injuries and all that kind of stuff. So this was huge. This broke this first thing this morning. Shams Charania didn't even know about it. They actually asked him at Pat McAfee show, and he's like, I heard something was going to happen. They mentioned that they're going to do some kind of press conference, but he's like, I had no idea what it was on. He just knew that Cash Patel was going to have a press conference in the morning around the NBA. It was like, I don't know, it was like maybe they were on Malik Beasley thing, but this was the biggest shocker of today by far. Kenil, your first impression, what do you think, man? It's crazy.
Look, man, you know me. I've been echoing. This wouldn't have happened under David Stern's belt. Rest in peace, Adam Silver, bro. He's effing the league up like so much. It's unbelievable. I totally blame him, right? It's so funny because the day before he was on, I think he was on Pat McAfee show, talking about legalizing gambling, sports betting and stuff, and how he kind of went in detail stating that the reason why we're pushing for sports betting and gambling is that it's like we have such a great technology out here where we know who's gambling and who's placing bets, and they can zero on if any players are participating, coaches are participating, if there's a big wager coming in that we're not familiarized with. We know, we can, if you're betting during the game, we know where the bet is placed. It was zero down to you, basically. You know exactly where it's coming from. And that was literally a day before or 2 days before he talked about it. And then today, like you just, stated, what happened. Man, this is embarrassment to the NBA, man, to be honest with you. Look, I love NBA. I like everything about NBA, but man, more and more, how much blows can, people take, because you're going to stop trusting the NBA, if it's ran correctly or not. Because look, like you said, they're like two counts, right? One was like, having an underground poker casino going type kind of gambling going on, which is
Mafia
I care
connections,
less.
so weird.
Yeah, which is fine. Whatever. I don't care about that. I'm not into it. But the other one is like, like Damon Jones and, or Chauncey, or Terry Rozier in this case too. Like, when you're active NBA employee, coach or player or ex-retirement player, and you're buddies with people, and like you give them intel of, hey, look, man, LeBron, like for example, they in that document they quoted 2 years ago, it was Lakers versus Milwaukee. 2 days after LeBron broke Kareem's record, Lakers were going to face Milwaukee, and Damon Jones found out that LeBron was not going to play. And this is 2 days prior to it. And so he kind of had an intel about it. So obviously he kind of, got that information and gave it to people that who can bet on it. So obviously if LeBron's not playing, the chance of Lakers winning is not great. And so obviously the bet will go more towards, Milwaukee side, So obviously that's huge. People can win money, millions, man. I'm talking about not even thousands, millions, And with Chauncey, I don't know what Chauncey exactly did. More to come out, but
There's a Damian Lillard thing. That was one I heard. It was around Dame Lillard being injured. So he had told somebody that he'll miss that game, and that
huge.
was pretty much the last game he missed, and then he took off the rest of the year. So like that was the big one that he did.
Yeah. See, you can't do that, man. I mean, like this is just like, and the same thing with Trey Rozier. Like he knew when he was gonna play, when he wasn't gonna play, when he's gonna like get subbed out for fake injury. Like he wasn't feeling well, so he wasn't want to play. He's not gonna score more than like 10 points. Like that's huge, man. Especially if you're a current player and doing that. Like that's just not right at all, man. This is a big blow, man. I don't know. I mean, my wife actually broke the news to me today. I was sleeping in, obviously, government shutdown.
Of course.
my job currently, DOJ, is the one who investigated. This is hilarious. I'm like, aren't you guys on furlough as well, like me? But no. But anyways, going back, when my wife broke this news to me today, I was shocked, and the first thing that came to my mind: do you know who's the happiest person right now in the NBA, man? Take a guess.
I don't know.
Mr. Steve
Yeah.
Ballmer.
Oh yeah, a lot of heat.
Because because the thing is this: his thing was like talked about for so long, for a couple of weeks, and now that's kind of under the rug little because this is a higher scandal. And I mean, I'm not saying that that's gonna go away, but that's like people are not gonna be pointing. They're not gonna be focused, zeroed in on that now, right? They're more zeroed in on this. And so Steve is like, all right.
See, like the way I look at it, and I agree with you, it could be that, right? It could be a good way to like smoke it out and okay, it's not my fault anymore. This is even worse. Like, don't look at me anymore. But what I think for some fans, like for myself, is more like it's another step in the whole like everything is rigged in NBA kind of narrative, right? Like first you find a way to pay Kawhi money that's not fair to other owners and other teams, even the Lakers were upset about it, and then now you have players and coaches betting and giving inside information. This is like that's another thing you're adding to the issues of NBA. Like I just don't know how it's possible that Adam Silver still has a job. Like he should be fired. So the biggest thing here was for me in this is Terry Rozier was actually investigated last year. He was being investigated for the whole gambling thing, and the NBA cleared him. They said he's fine. There's no issue they found, and they cleared him. And then the FBI used the same information that the NBA had used to clear him, quote unquote, and said, no, there's actual things that's happening. Like there's somebody who's involved. We have evidence. And I mean, obviously, they always say if the federal government comes after you and they arrest you, you are guilty. Like it's very, very rare that the government gets it wrong, right? The state can get it wrong and all that kind of stuff, but the government, when they come after you, it is going to be like they have shit on you, right?
Which is crazy,
Same
man.
thing with like I mean, a backstory, right? My wife used to be a grand juror, which is you work for the state and the federal government, right? As a juror, and she did it for a whole year. And with them, it's like it's not whether or not that they have a case. They're just like, is this plenty of evidence that we can go forward? Like they already have stuff on you. You're guilty, and so that in itself is the biggest slap in the face. Like, dude, you cleared Trey Rozier to play and said he had nothing else, and then he walks away, and now he gets arrested for the same thing. And Chauncey Billups, I mean, I honestly respect the guy. I know he was the main catalyst for us losing that finals with Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. With that stacked team we had, he was the main reason why we lost. He was the MVP of that series.
Yep.
And I just don't understand what these players and coaches are thinking. Damon Jones gave information around LeBron potentially being out, and then I think this is one of the ones that Brian Wynn hosted that kind of made him the most likely that got him caught, was that there was a game against the Thunder that the Lakers had, and it was supposed to be both LeBron and AD were supposed to sit out that game because they both were going through an injury, and so he had told the people that they both were going to sit out, and so the OKC were going to easily win this game. What happens? LeBron and AD actually played that game, and that's the game that we came from behind and won. And so all those people who bet thousands of dollars lost a crap ton of money, and that's what got him in trouble. The smoking gun for Terry Rozier was the game against. This is how you know it's stupid, right? This is also like a part of it. Is like what are these players and coaches thinking? Because you will get caught. It's so obvious. Terry Rozier, it was at the Miami Heat at the time. They had a game against the Charlotte Hornets. Miami Heat, which sucked that year in 2023, playing against Charlotte Hornets, which nobody watches. He told his people that I'm going to get injured, I'm going to take myself out, and they all voted under, or they all bet under, saying that, oh, he's going to get under this many points, right? And that's what happened, and he injures himself, and 9 minutes into the game. The thing that got caught was they saw hundreds of thousands of
Yeah,
dollars being poured into this game. It's like,
yeah.
why in the world is this game being the one that's like people are
Pure
dumping
betting,
money into? And then once that happened, they actually the gambling site sent an immediate mail to the NBA saying that, hey, we have something here. You guys I want to look into this. This is something shady, and the NBA didn't do anything. They literally sent them like, yo, we have something shady happened this day. You guys should look into it, and they didn't do anything. And here we are.
which is embarrassing, right? And it all comes down to Adam Silver, right? Who was supposed
He's
to
ahead of
make
it.
the game better and everything. And man, I don't know. Like you explained it perfectly. What went on and what's going on, man. I mean, I still don't understand why owners still vote him to become the commissioner. I'm surprised,
Yeah.
players will never speak up against Adam Silver because that's his players commissioner, obviously. It's not like
Hmm.
WNBA players, who feel like, betrayed by the commissioner and must speak out. But this is just honestly, I think when you can see the trend from last year, NBA is losing their viewerships, little by little by
Hmm.
little. Once owners realize that no one's watching this shit ever again right now. People watching football more. Shit, they're watching MLB more. They'll realize that hey, this product is not worth billions of dollars anymore. And so so it all comes down to Adam Silver not going to take it seriously. And what you just explained, that's why now I kind of agree with you that Steve Ballmer shit is gonna go under the rug and might just get fined
Hmm.
like $5 million and suspended for like a couple of games and call it a day. And nothing's gonna happen to Kawhi. Nothing is gonna happen to their draft picks. It's gonna like you. Now I completely agree that since NBA doesn't really care about what other team is, that they just care about making sure their top players are taken care of
Hmm.
and the product is getting delivered. That's all they care about. And this is huge, man. Like you said, this is FBI getting involved. FBI is the one finding this. I mean, NBA had a chance to kind of get ahead of the game.
They
FBI didn't have to
exactly
get FBI did not have to get involved. NBA could have gotten involved
exactly.
way before, and could have
Yeah.
realized that hey, this isn't our plate. Let's take care of this before FBI gets involved. And
Hmm.
this just makes NBA look so bad. I mean, yeah, you have the NBA releasing a statement, right? Which is embarrassing, right? I mean, doesn't NBA have their own security team? After that Team Donahue thing happened, they hired their own like third party security, making sure
And
everything is
Malik
good.
Beasley happened right
Exactly,
last
exactly,
year.
exactly. And they still don't realize that hey, but for other people to get for other entity to get involved and to investigate and find something, it's just embarrassing, man. That's why like even though Adam Silver said that we handed this legal situation to a third party legal team for Steve Ballmer's and Clippers. It's his choice. He
Yeah.
chose a legal team that they want to audit and shit. They're gonna find nothing. To be honest with you, they're not gonna do anything with
Most
billionaire.
likely,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's not gonna happen, dude. I mean, think about it. I do audits. I mean, you have done many different type of audits. Audit
Hmm.
doesn't take 8 months. I'm sorry.
Right.
Information is in front of you. It should take it could take a couple of months, like 2 months, not 8 months. When Sham came out like said that NBA won't have any resolution about Clippers until after the All Star break. It'll be more closer to the
Hmm.
playoff time. Come on,
Yeah.
you tell me it's gonna take 6 months to figure this shit out? 8 months? Come on, man. I mean, you have everything there. I mean, Pablo Torres laid it out very simple for you. I mean, he's there. The documentation is right there in front of you, and they can't figure that out. Then I don't know what they're doing. And now they have this. And I'm glad this shit happened. To be honest with you, because they need to get smacked upside down. I mean, I'm so glad that this is a time where NBA should be showing off their season opening
Hmm.
week. That's all they should be talking about. And now we're on our third day, and the biggest news is this now, and everything is done. No one's talking about the opening day. Lakers against the Warriors. No one's talking about Wemby's yesterday's performance. No one's talking about VJ Ebcon, the rookie number 3 pick, putting up 35 points or so, breaking Allen Iverson's record. No one's talking about that now. Everything is swept under the rug. No one's talking about OKC getting their championship rings. Nothing. And everyone's just talking about this, man. So this is a big, big embarrassment. Again, like I said, man, Adam Silver is a horrible commissioner. And I hope people realize that. He's not doing his job. He's very bad at it, man. And, whatever David Stern did, man, this guy's taking it backwards. Everything backwards, He hasn't done anything that's helping the game. There's no competitiveness. He made a playing tournament. That's it. I mean, he cares so much about this bullshit in-season tournament that nobody gives a fuck about. And to be honest, he decorates the court for in-season. Player safety, he doesn't give a fuck about player safety then, but he cares about player safety during the finals. That we can't have it because for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and
that's all bullshit.
Yeah, and now
they're gonna put it back.
Yeah, now they're gonna put it back because he realized that this shit is stupid. I'm telling you, whatever team he has, man, it's the dumbest shit ever, to be honest with you. I mean, people talk about James Dolan being the horrible fucking owner for New York. Dude, Adam Silver's a horrible freaking manager of the NBA, to be honest, commissioner, And so people don't realize that shit. And you know what? It'll be too late.
The commissioner has to be authoritative.
Exactly.
Right? I don't see that from Adam Silver. Like, I think he's a nice guy who gets along with everybody. I think he tries to be on both sides, which you can't. Whereas Roger Goodell, you can tell he only cared about the owners. He didn't give a shit about the players.
Yeah.
And he makes it clear, like, this is how I operate.
Of course.
But see, like, it was the same way with baseball, like, and David Stern, same way with basketball in the past, right? So, like, this guy, he tried, and I give him props for trying to do a different thing. Maybe that's not who he is, not an authoritative person, but you're letting things sweep under the rug, and this is what happened. Like, you said it could have been taken care of. Terry Rozier could have been found guilty, and
exactly.
In-house, you're banned from life, blah, blah, blah. Like, avoid this whole jail and, like, the whole mugshot. All this could have been avoided. Now it's like, in the international news, right?
Well,
this is international news. Everyone around, because the NBA is also international. So it's just so embarrassing for them. And the fact that you have, a Hall of Fame player potentially going to be, indicted, and his entire legacy is gone. I mean, again, this is all like allegations. Everything's still going to be proven in court and all that kind of stuff. But as usual, this stuff is pretty concrete when the federal government comes after you.
They're not wrong, man.
The other part of this was the whole poker tournament, about how they rigged it, where they would organize poker tournaments and then they already had cards and all that kind of stuff. And I guess Damon Jones, Chauncey Billups are all part of this whole scheme of, like, knowing this was going to happen. And Chauncey Billups actually sat in poker tables where he was the one that was going to, quote unquote, lose the money, when in fact he was a player and he would get the money in the back end because they would rip off the other player that had a lot of money. So that's like how that was one of the things that he was a part of too, which is crazy. How, like, in my head is like, this is not just these three players. Who else, right? If I was NBA, I would like how MLB did with the steroids. Just find everybody who is connected to this, and just take care of it right now. It's bad. Like the steroid era, after steroid era happened, I know MLB was not, really, like, no one cared because, obviously, like, you can tell the game was rigged and people were using steroids, but they took care and they took out all the trash at that point. Everybody got, alleged, suspended, whatever, right? A-Rod to Roger Clemens, everybody. Just do the same thing. Find out who else is in here and just purge it. Just let it all out. It doesn't matter which player's on the, just,
that's perfect. Is a perfect analogy you gave about steroid era. This is exactly what it is right now going on for the NBA.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I agree with you. Exactly. And I wish they all come out. I wish, like, they have a list, and hopefully everyone comes out and tell them this is the players, it's who's involved. I don't care, man, to be honest with you. And like, to be honest with you, people don't like Roger Goodell. People don't like Rob Manfred. Players hate Rob Manfred. Players hate Roger Goodell because they're doing their freaking job. Mm-hmm. Obviously, players are not supposed to like the commissioner. He's a guy, like you said, makes the rules, what goes on, how it goes, like it or not, right? I mean, that's why you have Bryce Harper cussing Rob Manfred out in the locker rooms and get the hell out of my locker room because he's going against the players, because that's his job. If that's Adam Silver, he'll be sucking LeBron's dick. Are you good, LeBron? Are you good? Are you good? No, man. Yeah, dude. But that's what I'm saying. Roger Goodell is unliked, but do you see where NFL is right now, man? Do you see where NFL has
Right.
taken place? Even people watching
Yeah.
games in London. Dude, basketball is trying to go to Europe. No one's going to watch no basketball in Europe. I don't
No.
care. I'm not going to wake up early. Browns play the Jaguars this past Sunday at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. in London. I tuned in because that's what the game is all about, right? No one cares, man. I mean, players love Adam Silver, man. I mean, that's the thing. You're not supposed to be liked. Stop being well liked. Do your job and make the game better.
Right.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
make the game bad. And so, but this is the perfect example you gave about the steroid era. It's gonna be horrible, man. Whatever happens, man. I mean, look, the great thing about this one is that it's out of Adam Silver's hand, and FBI
Mhm.
came down with this, and so he has to deal with it. He has to own
Right.
up to it because the thing is this, like you said, it's not just 3 players. It's not Chauncey only. It's not, Damian Jones or, whoever,
There's others. There's
there's
definitely
30 there's
others.
30 people involved in this. And maybe
Yeah. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. almost said the same thing too. That he may have done it. Like, there's so many
they said
players that.
they said Lakers are involved. I don't know in what capacity. They said Toronto Raptors is involved. I don't know in what capacity. A few other teams are involved. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, when they're involved.
Right.
And so that's scary.
Just go for it. Just find it. Just clear out the
Get it
gutter.
out, man.
Get them all out, and then you have strict, just like how with baseball, you have strict rules right after that. It's gonna hurt the ratings, whatever. This is a transition anyway. Right now, you don't have a clear face of the league kind of player. Right? I mean, Wemby is there, but like you can weather a 2 years where you just like, okay, maybe it's gonna lose ratings, whatever, and then you gain all the momentum back. Like that. Now, baseball is one of the top sports because Otani's
Exactly.
here, and people are watching. Like I'm watching baseball. I know we don't even watch baseball, but now even on my YouTube, I'm watching Trevor Bauer's YouTube channel. Like it's actually really good. His YouTube channel, but like
Oh yeah.
I'm watching all these baseball things now.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna happen, but they should really find a way to just dump the trash. One of the things, I don't know if you saw this. They're saying, right? This is all allegations, and people are just also making fun. But you know how Gilbert Arenas got
Yeah.
arrested,
He right.
and then he was let go 12 hours later. They're saying that it's because of him that he snitched on everybody, because he's like, if I'm gonna go down, I'm taking all y'all motherfuckers with me. And they're saying this potentially what could have happened and why he got let go so quickly was because he had alluded to these kind of things and then pointed the FBI in that direction. Yeah, he's also not denying it, but that's a big thing. And then it's like, oh, Gilbert Arenas has known all along, and that's why.
I'm glad if he did that, to be honest with you, right? Because like, he got caught, like 2 months back, He's like, yo, I'm not gonna be stuck with this, So I'm glad if you snitch, I mean, hopefully he doesn't get stitches, but hopefully he gets. I mean, I'm
Right.
glad he stitched, on people. So, but I mean, yeah, I saw that today on Twitter. He had that little suitcase with like informant or something like that. I forgot what he wrote on that,
Yeah,
but yeah, he had that, and I was laughing my ass off.
you
I
gotta
wouldn't be
love it, dude.
surprised if he did like give intel because like he was let go right away, and so. But yeah, man, this is gonna be crazy to see what happens, man. Tapas, I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
man. I think they're saying end of November is when Chauncey Billups will be in court, and then the beginning of December will be when Damian Jones comes up. They've already been on leave from the league. They've already announced it, so
Okay.
we'll see what Portland Trail Blazers do. Oh yeah, and then the whole Blazers thing is that the whole thing with him tanking, especially with Damian Lillard, was the whole Wembenyama. Like they wanted to get him, and so it was them and I think San Antonio that were trying to tank the best, and they ended up losing. That's why they had sat down Dame Lillard for the rest of the
Oh, yeah.
season. They went and they lost the next 15 and 17 games because they were trying to get Wembenyama and trying to get to the bottom
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
So that was also the reason why they were tanking, and which makes it suspicious, obviously.
Honestly, man,
But
like,
dude, it's crazy news to wake up this morning. I think I was watching Pat McAfee, and then all of a sudden I just see like, breaking news, Cash Patel, like what the heck, and then it broke on there, and Shams was there too, and just like what the heck is this? This is insane. And I mean, honestly, again, with the freaking Adam Silver, he's not gonna do anything, not gonna hold anyone accountable by any means, and we'll see.
which is sad, man. Which is very, very sad for him to not hold anyone accountable for this, man.
Yeah.
But man, that's Adam Silver right there. Let's get into opening weekend NBA. Since no one's
Yes.
talking about it, let's kind of update the viewers what's gone on. I know your first topic is you want to talk about the Lakers and Golden State Warriors.
Of course, of course.
So
So how? I mean, what'd you think, man?
it's not a look.
I mean, Luka had an insane game. That game, I think it was 47 points. Was it?
Besides, okay, so I'm not. There's no panic for me. I mean, this one out of 82, all right. But sure, yeah, the way they played, right? Okay, I mean, there is no justification, and the reason why I was all the Lakers fans don't panic. There's no point in panic. Luka had a fabulous game. He had 43, 10, and 8, I think. And Austin Reeves actually had a really good game, 26 points as well. Nobody showed up in our supporting cast. It's not a panic meter right now. The thing is this, right? If you're gonna commit 20 turnovers, you're gonna lose a game. If you're going to shoot 23% from 3-pointer, you're gonna lose. And we all know going into it, Lakers were not good shooters, good shooting team at all either. And at the same time, besides few teams, right? Like, I mean, exceptions to, like, I want to say OKC and maybe Boston. I don't know. But if you take out their second best player, in this case, which is LeBron for Lakers, you're gonna lose. I mean, Austin Reeves is not second best player for the Lakers. I mean, Austin Reeves has to step up and play second best, and Austin Reeves is more of a third or fourth option, And when you take out a number 2 overall best player on your team, you're pretty much gonna lose that game. And so people don't realize the fact that Golden State is healthy, that all their players playing, nobody was injured. Steph played, Butler played, Kuminga played, everyone played. And Lakers did not have LeBron James. And I'm not saying LeBron's our savior, but I mean, argue or not, he's the second best player for the Lakers. Luka's number 1, LeBron's number 2. And obviously, if LeBron was there, maybe could have been a different turnout, And at the same time, third quarter, if you lose third quarter every single time, if you come out sluggish, you're going to lose basically that second half. I mean, you got to start off the third quarter well. And Lakers struggled off the gate. People don't remember. People forget. Lakers were down by 1. Maybe they're up by 1 at halftime. It was like 54-53 or 55-54, something like that. It's like and at halftime. Lakers got outscored in third quarter like badly, man. And then they crawled their way back in the fourth. They kind of made it a game. I think it was at one point, it was like an 8-point game or a 6-point game at one point. But it was kind of too late because, their defensive scheme wasn't there. They weren't playing defense. Who I blame this on mostly is I blame this more on Redick. He sat there and he said in the press conference that we have to do something about this third quarter sluggish, and it's going dating back till last year. Hey, buddy, you got an extension. What the hell would you do? What'd you do over the summer? I know you hung out with Tom Brady. I know you hung out with Sean McVay. I know you hung out with other people to kind of pick their brain. What did you do? Because literally, you're saying I have to do something about this third quarter. You have the whole off season to worry about that,
right?
And you had the preseason. Even he said, "Oh yeah, our last year was bad. Third quarter preseason with third quarter was bad, and right now it's bad." Obviously, you should have learned something in preseason. Our third quarter is bad. Let's get our coaching staff together. Let's mix something up, because I don't know what you're doing at halftime. Literally, it's not working. If you're screaming at them, it's not working because when they're coming out flat third quarter, I'm talking about crazy flat, and that's what's costing the game. That's what I'm saying. I'm not ready to put panic on it because LeBron was not there, man. I mean, everybody was healthy for Golden State, and it's gonna be challenging for his first month without LeBron. But if you take number 2 option away from any team besides, like I said, a couple of teams like Warriors, I don't know who else you think it's good enough where they can win without second option. I mean, but most of the teams, if you take them out, I mean, if Orlando took out Fran Vasquez, they're gonna lose. If Clippers took out James Harden and it's only Kawhi there, they're gonna lose. The Warriors showed that last year. I mean, they lost their number 1 player, Steph Curry, but they couldn't do shit. So it's kind of like that. So we'll see how it goes. The first month's gonna be tough, and I know what you're gonna say. Didn't I tell you how Lakers defense is? Didn't I tell you how their supporting cast is? But one person who needs to man up, like Shaq said yesterday before I let you chime in on this, is Mr. DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
You cannot show up.
That is exactly where I was going.
You can show up with 10 points and 4 rebounds. Because to be honest with you, our center from last year, who's our backup this year, could have done that job. And I was disappointed with his debut. I mean, I thought he was gonna be just sleeping 15 and 10. That's his average, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, he needs to put since LeBron's not there, I should open up and be like, hey, there's gonna be more shots opportunity for me.
Right.
The LeBron shots are my shots now because he's supposed to fill in that void. And so he should be more aggressive. I mean, Warriors are undersized team.
Exactly.
I mean, Al Horford is a 40-year-old guy. Draymond is 36, who's undersized. He should have dominated yesterday. I was hoping DeAndre would have had to be honest with you, a 25-12 game yesterday, and he did not even have that. And look, tomorrow they're playing Minnesota, a team that punked us in Game 6, I think it was, or Game 5, whatever it was. They punked us. Rudy Gobert is going to be there, so I want to see how DeAndre Ayton plays tomorrow, and we'll see. But go ahead, Tav. Take it up, man. Take it.
It's just so difficult for me sometimes. I hate being right all the time. It's a blessing and a curse, right? Because then I have to sit here on our podcast and be like, because then you start bitching by, oh, he should have played better. And I told you, you thought DeAndre Ayton was the second coming of Anthony Davis. Oh, he's gonna be a shot blocker, 0 blocks. Oh, he's a dominant down low post. He's doing fadeaway hook shots when freaking Jimmy Butler's guarding him. This is what the Blazers have an issue with, and this is what the Suns had an issue with him too. He's just not a big game player. He's probably, I mean, he'll be all right when LeBron comes. If he has a game that he had yesterday on Tuesday when LeBron's there, that's fine, right? That's understandable. But he's not the kind of player that's going to step up. He's very talented, but he just doesn't have the mental capacity to be like, I gotta go dominate. And Rudy Gobert, I mean, unfortunately, it's gonna embarrass him. It's gonna happen.
You think that's gonna happen? You think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, I honestly do think. I mean, I feel like, because if he's gonna show up how he showed up with the Warriors, I mean, I know he's getting a lot of flack, so maybe he may step up a little bit. Maybe he might be like, okay, I got to prove myself, all that kind of stuff, and show up for Luka. That Luka is his boy as well. Luka can't do it by himself. I mean, the dude had 43 points. What else can you ask from the guy, right? But so it's DeAndre Ayton, and then your other favorite player, Mr. Marcus Smart.
Yeah, off the bench, 23 minutes with 9 points. I mean, better than I don't know what JJ Redick was.
What happened to Mr. Elite Defender? I thought he's gonna lock people up. And he couldn't lock down even Jimmy Butler. He couldn't lock down Steph. He couldn't.
It's a 1 out of 82, man. Let him get into his groove. It's the beginning of the season.
Oh, here we go. 1 out of 82. All right. I'm just kidding. I know. I mean, again, I'm overhyping one game that we played. Seriously, I know it's not a big deal. It's just I think this is gonna be how this is why I feel like the Lakers were not going to make the finals. This is our chemistry issue in our team, right? I think Luka is so damn good that he'll keep us in the game.
Yeah.
But we're gonna rely on our supporting cast players, and they may or may not show up. It's a hit or miss with them. Austin Reeves had a really bad game as well, according to his standards. Right? He actually should be the number 2 player in our team. If LeBron's out, he should be number 2, and then I would say Ayton, because Austin Reeves was our 3rd best player last year, right? So it just kind of makes sense for him to step to that role. And he had a bad game. And Rui Hachimura was just doing cardio the whole time. So
no, who's doing cardio? Gabe Vincent was doing cardio. 29 minutes, right? 29 minutes, and he barely shot. He made 1 3, and that's it. That's cardio.
I remember when we were at the restaurant BJ's, and our friend was like, "Oh my God, Gabe Vincent's going on fire with the 3." I'm like, "Yeah, he looks like Klay Thompson right now, but watching the real NBA season, he can't do shit." And it's exactly what happened.
Straight up, bro.
But nonetheless, obviously, it was a good first game though. Honestly, the double overtime with Thunder and Rockets was crazy. What a way to start the season, right? You had the Lakers and Warriors going pretty much until the end when Steph had that dagger.
Exactly.
That was pretty much it, right? Then the next day we have the biggest headline, obviously, around Wemby and just his ridiculous game that he had. What was it, 41 points? I think it was 15 rebounds. I mean, the kid is special, dude. Everyone, I mean, besides today, they were all going to talk about that, obviously, but then the topic got changed.
Man. It's sad. No one talked about that performance, which is
crazy. Eventually they touched on it later and they hyped it up, but you could tell it was
gone, man. It was overshadowed by that scandal, so it was not going to happen. So
Wemby, I mean, honestly, if the kid can stay healthy, he could potentially. I mean, you said it way ahead of time. You said he might be a top 5 player, and I agree. If he plays healthy and he can play 15, 16 seasons like this, like how Kevin Durant has been doing, or LeBron and all of them, then yes, he has potential to be a top 5 player all time. But that's my biggest thing is, can he stay healthy? Because he's such a skinny kid. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world, but he's gonna have to make sure he can sustain that body because they're still saying that they list him at 7'4", and I think Brian Windhorst was saying, and also I think somebody else said it too. Like, he doesn't look. If you look at him in person, and I know you have as well, he doesn't look 7'4". He looks a lot taller than 7'4".
Yeah,
Like, he looks like
exactly.
7'5", 7'6".
Exactly.
And I think the Spurs have actually fluctuated a lot. They actually listed him when he was a rookie at 7'3". Then last year they had him at 7'5", and now they have him at 7'4". They don't even know how tall he is, right?
Exactly.
But for how tall he is and how skilled he is, it was a crazy game, and again, and especially against the rivals Mavericks, and they just absolutely dominated. I mean, he dominated both ends of the court. I saw him get a steal, have a dunk, then he went back and got a block, and he had a fadeaway 3-pointer, like all within 4 possessions. Insane, dude. Insane kid. And obviously, the Mavericks do have one of the best front court defenders in Anthony Davis, and he still couldn't do anything against them.
And then you had Cooper Flag, who didn't score until like second quarter or third quarter or something.
I know.
Like, you're the
I
number
mean,
one
he's
overall pick. But you get what I'm saying, though? I told you during Summer League, man. Like, what I didn't like about him was, standing in the corner. I didn't like his attitude, He's what VJ Epcon did for Sixers, right? That's what, Cooper Flag should have done, because there's no Kyrie, man. There was no Kyrie. And he should have been, hey, that's my ball, that's my time, this is my time to shine. Because AD's not gonna be that guy, I mean, Cooper Flag could be like this.
right.
Give me the ball. I'll run the point, I'll take care of everything. We're good to go. Let's go. And Cooper Flag didn't do that, man. I mean, I didn't even score double figures. I don't even think he did.
Yeah, he had 10 points, 10 rebounds.
I think he got that
double
10 points towards the end. But yeah, it was a blowout, man, to be honest. That second half.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't
It was
close.
20 point, 16 point, 14 point up and down, But still, man, 10 points for a number one overall pick. I know, like I said, I don't want to overreact to the first game, but
yeah. I mean,
I
again, let's get the kid his bearings wet a little bit. He's figuring it out. I mean, and again, it's not like
the amount of hype he came up with, man.
right. Yes,
You shouldn't be giving him any type of like bearing to it, man. I mean, he should have easily, had 15 points, 20 points or so. I mean, you're the number one overall pick. The last hype, it was Zion. Like, this type of hype that he came up with,
right.
And people talked about this as it was going to be a game changer. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, with the Mavericks, they're a playoff contending team. They're not a crappy team like the Pelicans were, or like some of the other players, even with Trae Young and then the Hawks. Like, you expect like LaMelo Ball and Chicago and sorry, the Charlotte Hornets. Like, you expect them to score more points, but he's in a playoff contending team with championship aspirations. Like, I think he has to find that footing of where he fits, because he can't just be a ball dominant player, a rookie in a playoff contention team. That's a little hard to ask. Like, Edgecomb can go off, because I don't think people are really looking at Sixers as being a playoff contender or like a championship contender potentially. They're not in the top 8 of teams, right? Even with Embiid back. So, like, you got to give him some time to develop, because he's in a different place than some of the other first round, like Zions of the world, where like
Right.
or even Wemby, where he was into already a crappy team like the Spurs, and he can jack up like 30 shots a game. So he'll figure it out.
Going back to Wemby's stat line, man, it was amazing. Again, like I told one of my buddies, if he stays healthy, and average career is about 18 years or so, like between 16 and 18 years, if he stays healthy, he will go down as top 3 player. Yao Ming was on his way to do that same thing, man. Yao Ming. Before Wemby, before Chet Holmgren, all that, it was Yao Ming, man, who shot threes, who took you out, who can actually like take you a little off the dribble, little, not too much, like not what Wemby does, but Yao Ming was the guy, and he only if Yao Ming stayed healthy, man, Yao Ming would have been the Otani of the NBA, and like Yao Ming never stayed healthy, man. So that's the thing with Wemby, man. I hope he stays healthy. Usually, people who are above like 7'1", 7'2", they don't typically stay healthy, man, and that's the only thing that's gonna set him back. That's it. His skill set is there, man. Even he said in his presser that I want to learn more moves. This is only the beginning, and that's scary. Before we go from the NBA, what is your one bold prediction? I want to get from the first a couple of games or first opening week. What's your bold statement of the bold prediction? I want to get your thought. Like bold prediction. Like this could be like
team wise, player wise.
Both. Let's do both. Player wise, like who's gonna like be amazing that you didn't think he was, and team wise, who are supposed to do good and might not do good, or who's not gonna do good, you thought are gonna do great. Like go to like the Western Conference or Eastern Conference or even the finals, like that. Tell me your bold prediction.
All right, that's a good one. Bold prediction. I'll be hyperbolic. I'm gonna say Wemby will make the playoffs, and he will win MVP. Playoffs.
Okay. Top six.
Six and above. And he will be in contention for MVP this year. I think he'll play healthy this year. He's taking less threes. He only took 2 the first game, and he still scored 40, which is insane because he was averaging 9 threes last year. So I think he's relying more on his athleticism and the low post game, which he should, right? He's 7-5. As far as which team will not do well, I do feel like the Timberwolves will not be in the playoffs.
Okay. Will not make the playoffs. Okay. Wow. That's pretty bold.
Because, again, we're swapping out people. If I feel like San Antonio's going to make it, I think the team that will fall off the biggest will be the Timberwolves. What about you?
I have few, okay, for player-wise. I agree with you about Wemby. I'm going to take it one step further. Wemby will be, I don't know if this has happened. People can fact check me or not. Wemby's going to win the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, first team all defense, first team all offense, or first team all NBA this year. He's going to win all the awards, I think.
Wow.
He's that great.
His technically second full season. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's why. That's my literally like off the rail. Like he's gonna win everything. He's that freaking good. I don't know who the hell's gonna guard him. To be honest, he's a walking 2020. To be honest, and so I don't think who's gonna guard him. And that's my bull. I do feel that PG is gonna be traded from Sixers. If not PG, Embiid will. They found VJ, and VJ is gonna be the guy now. They gotta rethink that process, And VJ and Tyrese Maxey is gonna be the leading head. And they're going to surprise a lot of teams, and they will be top 3 in the East. I did not think Philly was even going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be top 3 in the East.
Okay.
And my another bold prediction for the team is Houston Rockets will be eliminated in the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Ooh. They look not too bad. They look too bad.
They look bad.
I mean, they took them 2 overtimes, the champions. They took the champions to 2
Durant
overtimes.
went to Houston to win a championship. He thought that
he got fouled out. He would have taken the last shot if he didn't get fouled out.
He didn't. I saw that game, man. Dude, I don't want to overreact, but like this is my bold prediction. But like, he did not play well, man. He was not being aggressive. He was not wanting the ball. Shagun was being so aggressive that I was like so shocked. I was like, "Whoa, okay, interesting." So, and losing Van Fleet, they have no point guard, man. Watch that team. No one can organize an offense for them. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. They gave up all their picks, kind of not all their picks. They probably have their picks, but like they gotta do something. Go get a point guard. Like they have no point guard, man. Sheesh. Like, best of luck to them, man. So that's my bold prediction. Houston will be eliminated in the first round. A team that people pick to go to the Western Conference Finals or even the NBA Finals. That's my off the list. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I think Houston, again, they took the champs to 2 overtime. It was a close game both overall. Şengün was an absolute dagger at the end. He pretty much carried him into the first overtime, and I think SGA brought for the second overtime. But yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, it is an experiment. Do you feel like the Houston Rockets will still try to make, because Fred VanVleet is also injured too, right? So I think
he's out for the year. He's out for the year. Yeah,
he's out for a year, right? So that's the biggest missing, because that was supposed to be the point guard. So do you think they should go after somebody else, or would you?
They need a point guard. They need to go out and get a point guard. Like, make a trade. They need to go get a point guard, because like, to be honest with you, they have no
trade though.
Draft picks. I mean, obviously they're not going to trade any of that guy. I forgot his name, the twin brother. He's really good for them. They're not going to trade him. He's a defensive player. But like, I would dangle Shepherd. Their high draft pick, number 4th overall pick 2 years ago. He has a lot of potential, and teams will probably take a chance on him. But honestly, I would give team like Utah call. Keontae George is a very good point guard. He's a young point guard people don't talk about. You have like a couple of teams that have point guards that would like Chris Paul, like he was available. Houston should have just went and snagged him up, I mean, just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, something. Chris Paul would have been perfect for this team right now, man. Playing like 18 good minutes and just organizing an offense. Here you go, kind of like that, man. But they need a point guard badly, man. I don't know who's gonna organize for them, to be honest. And Durant is a shell of himself, man. You can see he lost a step. He's not aggressive. He's not that Kevin Durant that is anymore, man.
Yeah. I think I hope he realizes that he's not gonna be the best player on the team. Like it would be Şengün or the other kid, but yeah, and he kind of just is there to kind of like secure the lead, kind of like a Kyrie Irving kind of thing, right? So like Kyrie knows that he's not gonna be the best player, but he'll be there in the fourth quarter if you need him to score points, score buckets, which I think that will work well for them. As one thing I do want to double click before we move on to football. So in the Sixers you mentioned, right? So around Paul George or Embiid, if you were the Sixers, who would you want to try to get rid of? Because Paul George's stock is pretty low. You're not going to get back what you paid for him.
You're not.
And Embiid's stock is also slowly slipping, but you could still get a little bit for more. You can get a little bit more for Embiid than you can for Paul George. Who would you want to get rid of between the two?
Paul George, because you have players who can play his position, like VJ and Tyrese, that can pick up a slack. Embiid, that'll be a big void. You're not going to replace Embiid. That's a big force, a big center down low. So I wouldn't trade Embiid.
He's also a headache. He's a drama queen. Like
he's a headache, but
because especially if you have Tyrese Maxey and you have Edgecombe who are now developing, they're potentially stars. Do you want that roadblock in the way? Because Paul George is not a locker room issue. I personally would want to get rid of Embiid.
Yeah, but it's just like the position you need, right? Paul George is expandable because of the position you have. You have depth in that position, right? You have those players, With center positions, it's hard to come by, as you can tell with the Lakers. I mean, as much as the headache Embiid is, I mean, they drafted him, and he's like, people love him there. I've been to Philly many times. They love the Embiid, and he's not expandable as much as Paul George is, And I know, but the thing is this: teams are out there who can actually trade for Paul George, who would want Paul George. Because Paul George stays healthy, he's a good player, man. He can really contribute, right?
He's to a contender.
Yeah. He's to a contender. You can get more. I think you get more value for Paul George than you can get value for Embiid, to be honest.
You think so?
100%, man.
Because like you said, big men are hard to find, and I mean, I would imagine some other team would want to pay extra for a big man. Like
that's the reason why I don't think Sixers will let go him, because Sixers have a chance to be that top three, especially East being so weak.
No, that's true.
That's why.
If he wasn't a headache, it would make sense that you wouldn't get rid of him. But he's such a big headache. Like he is a determinant to. I mean, that's why him and Maxey got into it that 1 year, because Maxey had to call him out. And as a rookie, you're calling out the superstar. Like that's embarrassing. But all right, let's get into NFL, man. So tonight we had the Chargers and Vikings. This wasn't even close. Chargers won in a blowout. Carson Wentz got hurt like a million times, I feel like, that game. He just kept on getting humbled.
Seriously.
I don't know why they don't just throw in some other quarterback out there. I mean, they're already down by like 27 points going into the fourth. Just let the other kid play, Vikings are slipping. They're now 3-4, and Chargers are 5-3. I mean, Chargers have also slipped a little bit as well. Did you watch the game? What were your thoughts on it?
Nope, I did watch the game because I had the Chargers running back in my fantasy, so I was like keeping track of it. So, so I was watching the game. I already knew this game Chargers were going to win. Especially, I knew they were going to lose a game before, which is Indianapolis. Remember, I told you they're going to come back to SoFi and win that game because they comfort. They played like 3 weeks ago against the Rams. They almost had that game. So Indiana was going to win that game. I knew it too, and they did. They beat Chargers. Chargers kind of got back in their winning ways. They're good, man. They're great, So let's see let's see, what they could do. Herbert has so much talent, but he's such a frustrating player. He has so much tools. He can be like a Josh Allen, but it's so frustrating. He was
more aggressive today, though. I'll give him that. He definitely was running the ball more, right?
Yeah,
he was leading the team in the
want him to play, though,
rushes.
Right? This is what Chargers fans were looking for. Like Herbert, man, he's a really good talent, dude. He has an arm like cannon, man, but like he doesn't show it all the time. So, but it's good for Chargers. They won. It was an easy victory for them, and they got it. So which is awesome.
All right. Any games from last week you want to go over? I know the Rams had a blowout.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Denver's comeback is unreal, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm just telling you, like I watched. I was keeping track of that game. It was unbelievable. Like they were dead.
Yeah. How is that possible? How is that possible?
Dude, they were dead. I don't even know what outcome can they win that game. Like, I don't know how they won that game. I'm still in awe.
Yeah. That was insane. It was literally 6 minutes left in the game, and they were still down by I forgot
2 or 3 touchdowns, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the hell they did, and I don't know what Giants were doing. Just run the clock out, run the ball. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, the kicker missed the field, the extra point, right? That was a huge blow because that would have given them at least a chance to tie the game if Broncos had scored.
Yeah.
And Broncos were able to just win it flat out with the last minute field goal. But they at least could have been okay to go into OT at least. And the fact that he missed it, that was a killer. But yeah, this was a crazy game. I turned it off because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a blowout. There's no way they're gonna catch up. It's fourth quarter, and all of a sudden I opened the thing and it's like the Broncos win. I'm like, what the heck just happened? There's no way that was gonna happen.
I was shocked.
Props to Giants. They looked good for 3.5 quarters and then just completely choked.
Dude, crazy 3.5 quarters. They're like 6 minutes away to win that game, and they just choked that up, man. But yeah, that game just caught my eyes. I was like, another thing that I want to talk about is finally Justin Fields got benched. Finally.
About time, dude. Poor kid.
I mean, dude, you give him chance. I mean, they give him chance 6 games. I mean, come on, man. How much are they gonna like?
I mean, you can't lose to the Panthers, dude. I mean, I know the Cowboys lost to the Panthers a week before that, but it's like, come on, it's the Panthers. You go out there, just can't even score a touchdown, just barely get a field goal. I mean, it's embarrassing, dude. But hopefully, he has a solid rest of the career as a backup quarterback. That's his ceiling. He's a good person just come in. I know a lot of people were hyped around him because of his Pittsburgh play, but that's probably just Mike Tomlin, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. By the way, I want to take your take on this. What do you think about what's the guy's name from the coach from Denver, Sean Payton, right? Taking that jab at Russell Wilson, dude.
Yeah.
So people don't know what I'm talking about,
right?
Yeah, people don't know what I'm talking about. Is basically Russell Wilson played for Denver when Sean Payton got hired, and they had a beef going on, and they traded him away, or they cut him. And Sean Payton made a comment that I wish that they made the quarterback change after today's game because we wanted to face him, So Sean Payton's like, you should be bigger than that, man. Just move on with your life. The guy is already a backup, not playing. Like, what do you want from him, dude? Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, I don't get it, man.
The thing with Sean Payton is he is very much like he'll go for the low blow.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that will, whenever he gets a chance, he will say some random ass shit because of how I think there was such a big rift between him and Russell Wilson when Russell was in. The way Russell Wilson handles himself and the way that he does things, how he requests. I don't think he appreciates because Sean Payton is very much around control of the team. That's what he likes. That's what he likes. Bo Nix and rookie quarterbacks because that's what he can do. But yeah, I mean, that was a low blow, and props to Russell Wilson because he actually did respond back, just saying that it's classless for him to say all that kind of stuff. Right. The bounty gate thing that he had when he was a New Orleans Saints coach. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's good for. I think it's good that Russell Wilson also responded because he's also very one of those players that will take the high road though. He'll be like, oh, whatever, it doesn't bother me, I don't care. But at the same time, I do agree with Sean Payton. Like Russell Wilson has looked really bad this year, really, really bad. So he's not lying. Technically, he's an asshole for saying it, but he's also not lying. Like if Russell Wilson was out there playing and not Jackson Dart, like this game would have been like 40-0 because that's how poorly he's playing. as much of an asshole, I was just like, he's not lying though, honestly.
He's not, but like it's like, come on, man, you're a
It's
coach.
messed
You
up.
moved
Yeah,
on,
as a
yeah.
coach, you don't say that, right? Coaches are professionals. You have to like be better than that. But
Sportsmanship, and you teach that and stuff like that. But like, don't take shots.
yeah,
But like,
that was crazy though.
I was just like, I was
Man.
like shocked.
All right, let's get into some week 8 prediction before
Yeah.
we get into our baseball.
Yes.
All right, so we already had the Vikings Chargers. So Browns Patriots. Patriots are favored by 7.5 points, and this is going to be in Cleveland, I believe. Yeah.
Patriots, man.
Yeah, they look
They're
good.
on fire, man. They actually beat Tennessee. Vrabel's game back, Mike Vrabel. So yeah, so it's good.
They look really good. Good defense. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
the offense looks good. Drake May is potentially on an MVP thing. The Bucks look to bounce back against the Saints after that loss to the Lions. Rather, Bucks are favored by 4.5 points, and I believe this is in Tampa. No, this is in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. They'll get back into winning ways. They're playing well. I mean, dude, that's a bad loss, Mike Evans. I feel bad.
Yeah.
So his streak broke. I don't know if you know that, or I don't know if it
How long was
counts.
it?
But it was a 10-year, 1,000 yards receiving. I think it was 10 or 8
Crazy,
years.
man.
I forgot what it was, man. But it was like something.
Yeah, because he broke Jerry Rice's record last year, right? Damn.
That was tough.
Oh, I mean, Mayfield has been able to do a lot with some of the supporting cast. I think they'll be all right, especially that conference.
Yeah,
Sorry, that division doesn't
exactly.
look good either. We got the Jets against the Bengals. Bengals are looking to bounce back as well. They're at 3-4. The Bengals are favored by 6.5 points. Give me the Bengals here.
Yeah, me too. Same here. Bengals, man. They finally got their QB.
Imagine they get to 4-4. That's there.
Joe
you hold it down
Joe
to
Flacco is no bum, bro. I'm telling you, people don't realize that.
He looked really good against Aaron Rodgers. All right, you got the Bears against the Ravens. This is gonna be interesting. Going into the bye,
Lamar's
Ravens
back.
are favored by 6.5 points, though. But give me Ravens here.
Yeah, Lamar's back. Give me Ravens too as well.
Offense Falcons. I mean, I'm surprised McDaniel still has a job. Falcons are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Falcons here, though. The Dolphins are just a hot mess right now.
Dude, they're horrible right now, man. Same here, Falcons, man. FedEx will go crazy.
Bills Panthers. Surprisingly, both teams have 4 wins each. Bills are favored by 7.5 points. I can't believe I'm seeing the Panthers have 4 wins. Bills are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Bills. The Bills need to win this game. They need to get some kind of control over their conference.
You put them back in the winning ways, man. They need to.
I know,
win.
man.
They've been on this back-to-back loss or something. What the hell they're doing, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, same here.
All right, we got the Niners against the Texans. The Texans are favored by 2.5 points. I mean, Purdy's back, but everybody else is injured pretty much. So I don't know. This is a tough one. Give me Niners. Somehow I feel like they're gonna find a way to win.
Is it in San Francisco or is it in Houston?
This is gonna be, where are they? Gotta hit the app. I think this is gonna be in SF.
Then give me Niners as well. Houston, I'm not. So
all right. Then we got the Giants against the Eagles, a rematch of a couple weeks ago. The Eagles are favored by 7.5 points. I think Eagles get this.
Same
one.
here.
I think they will
by
get
Giants, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll get this one.
Yeah.
The Eagles' offense looked much better last week
Exactly.
with throwing the ball, but again, the Vikings' secondary is pretty bad. You just saw it tonight, so I don't know how much to weigh on that, but I think the Eagles will win that one no matter what.
Yeah.
Colts against the Titans. This is another bye week. The Colts are going to be the best team in the freaking football, dude. They're going to go 7-1.
They're 6-1 right now, man. This is insane.
Yeah. Colts are favored by 14.5 points, man. I haven't seen that since Peyton Manning played for them. Yeah, give me the Colts, dude. There's no way they're losing this game.
That's crazy, man. Same here, Colts. Same here, Colts all the way, man. It's insane.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Broncos against the Cowboys. Cowboys are kind of in a hot streak, actually. That was really good last week. Broncos are favored by 3.5 points. I believe this is going to be at Denver. Give me Denver here, though.
Same here. Mile High City, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to win there, dude.
Can't go against it.
That's gonna be a good game. Next one will be the Packers and Steelers in Sunday Night Football. Green Bay Packers are favored by 2.5 points. I'd give me the Packers. I'm
Nope.
not a full believer in Steelers.
Dude, Rogers game back. Rogers against freaking Jordan Love, Packers. Oh, give me Pittsburgh, bro.
You think so?
Oh yes,
Ooh,
yeah.
that would be good. Is this in Lambeau?
Just want to let you know, man. Curry's going off second half with 31 points. Just and they're overtime right now.
Damn.
31 points.
They went overtime. I
Yeah.
just saw it. I thought
Curry went
Denver
crazy.
by.
Second half, he went 31 points. Second half, he scored the last 16
Shea
points for
had
Warriors.
his career high tonight, 55.
Yeah, he scored the last 16 points for Warriors. It's insane.
Last game, Monday Night Football, we got Kansas City Chiefs against the Commanders. Kansas City is back in action. They're back to their championship ways almost. They're favored by 11.5 points.
Yeah.
And this is going to be in KC, I believe.
Yeah, it is. And no Daniels, man. So give me Chiefs too, man. To be honest with you. Easy peasy, dude.
So I think the only team we disagreed on was the Steelers and Packers.
Dude, you don't think Steelers are gonna win in Steelers though in Pittsburgh, bro? I mean,
Packers. I mean, Steelers are kind of a shaky team, dude. I mean, they saw their defense against a really, really
it's
terrible.
in Pittsburgh, man. But they lost a nail biter against Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
But, so on Thursday night,
Packers look good though, and I mean, Micah looked really dominant last game. The defense looked really good.
Yeah.
All right, last subject before we end this: Dodgers, man. Dodgers back in
baby.
sweep. We sweep the Milwaukee, and we are on to the World Series, man, against the Blue Jays, which came out with a crazy Game 7 win. I mean, honestly, I thought Seattle was going to win that game easily. They were up 3-1, and then the Blue Jays came back. What are your thoughts, man? Close game, close series.
It's a World Series, man.
What's your analysis on it?
All right, so I could be wrong in this, but do you remember that time that Lakers won that championship, that first championship, and it was like a nail biter, and like you know, Portland took us to Game 7, and they're up by 15. I don't remember that. And then the next year, they broke their record because they went on a playoff run of 16-1.
Right. It's dominant.
I feel the same way for Dodgers. They lost only one game so far against Philly, and that was against Philly in Dodger Stadium. So far, they're 9-1 or something. What are they? They won their first 2 games, right, and then 3, something like that. Whatever the case, yeah, 9-1. That's what they are. They're on this dominant run, man. I just don't know if they're gonna lose any game. And Toronto doesn't have a good pitching staff, to be honest with you.
Right. But the batting's really good, though.
I mean, to be honest with you, Milwaukee was the hottest team. Milwaukee were not power sluggers like maybe Toronto is. Toronto has a couple of power sluggers, but like Milwaukee bats were flying, man. They're hitting, they're getting on base and everything. So Dodgers are having a historic run, and I just feel like when you have an ace like Snell going Game 1, Yamamoto going Game 2, Galston going Game 3, and then you have Ohtani going Game 4. I just don't know how. Ohtani is your 4th starter, man. I don't know how they're going to lose this series, but if Toronto somehow wins the series, it would be the biggest collapse, biggest upset ever, to be honest with you. And this is crazy because this is dating back to 2 years ago. Toronto was finalist for Ohtani, and people thought he signed with Toronto at one point too, in December before he signed with the Dodgers. So this is crazy, bro. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait. I do feel that Dodgers. I think it'll be a clean sweep, to be honest with you. If you're asking me, the way they're pitching, so I'm excited. What's your take? You tell me. Then we'll go on to the Game 4 of Milwaukee. I want to talk about Ohtani.
Yeah, honestly, if our pitching holds up as it has so far in the playoffs, I think we will sweep this series, honestly. Our pitching has been our number one reason why we have won, because obviously we know Shohei can go off at any time. Our batting is going to go off. One of the players will go off. But our pitching has been the biggest surprise. That's what everyone was worried about, was whether or not our pitching staff can hold up, and they have. So I think it just continues on. Shohei had a very dominant Game 4 against the Brewers. And I think it's just going to continue because now we'll go back to our rotation. Snell has been freaking amazing in the playoffs. Absolutely crazy. Below 1 ERA. That's insane.
The whole Dodgers staff is 1.54 ERA, man. That's
crazy,
insane.
Man. So, yeah.
A quick fun fact. And I don't know dating back when, but the team that swept the CS and the other team that went to Game 7, four times has happened. That four instance has happened where a team in the other league swept a team, another team won Game 7. What's the record? What you think? Who has a better winning probability of the World Series?
Wait, say again?
So you know how NLCS and ALCS, right?
Right.
So that's a conference finals game. So there has been 4 instances where one team who advanced came from a sweep, and another team went all the way to Game 7.
There's been 4 instances. That's crazy.
There's 4 instances, and what's the record?
I'm guessing 4-0. The team that swept.
No, opposite. Team who won Game 7 won World Series 4-0. Just letting you know.
The
odds are against the Lakers. The odds are against the Lakers.
My God.
Yep, the odds are against the Lakers, bro. So,
Jesus, dude. Well, I mean, again, if there is ever a team that has been this good, I mean, Dodgers have the pedigree. We won last year. We know what it takes to win. We have that clutch gene. I think it just continues. We have the best player in the world. I mean, what else can you expect?
Yeah, I agree.
Can't wait though, man. Cannot wait.
Game 1 is tomorrow, and I'm gonna be excited for it, and I can't wait either, man. So let's see how this turns out, dude. It's gonna be great. To be honest with you, excited for it.
A lot of sports we covered today, man. A lot of craziness. I'm sure we'll get a lot more updates on the whole NBA thing as we go into the weekend. Again, I can't believe it's happening in this middle of the tip-off week.
Exactly.
Currently, it looks like Golden State is going to win this game and come from behind. Yeah, they're up 135, 127.
With 23 seconds left.
Crazy. Steph Curry goes off 33 points. It's like insane.
Insane. I don't know how that happened. That's crazy.
Well, we'll leave it there. Until then, Brown Balls, we're out.